We've got some new disturbing information about the woman who died this week after being tasered by the sheriff's deputies in the Fairfax County Jail. Peggy Fox joins us now from the jail with some new details about what she's learned. Let's have at it.
Natasha McKenna died of a heart attack after being tased not once but 4 times in the Fairfax County Jail. Her family tells me she was a small woman, only about 120 pounds, and they can't understand why 5 deputies reacted to her resistance with such force.
Why? Why did you tase her so many times? Why?
Lisa, who did not want her face on camera, is a cousin of Natasha McKenna, the 37-year-old woman who died after being tasered at the jail. Lisa says Natasha had a history of mental illness, but did not deserve to be tased.
That's your job training, to hold people or to be able to arrest people. If you can't do your job with your hands and you have to use instruments that could cause bodily harm or even death, like in this situation, shouldn't be done.
I talked to people who saw what happened.
Pete Early has written books about the treatment of people with mental illness.
This is somebody who needed help for her mental illness. She didn't need punishment, and she ended up dead.
Early says instead of helping McKenna, they put her in isolation for a week before the day they tried to transfer her.
They take her out to transfer her back to face this charge that she got because she's mentally ill, and she reacts in a negative way. She's biting, she's spitting, so they bring in a team of 5 guys and basically try to control her, force her in a chair, put restraints on her, and during that she reacts, and so she gets tasered, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but at least 4 times. She goes into cardiac arrest.
Early also says deputies decided not to wait for the Community Services Board employee who works at the jail and is supposed to help people with mental illness.
They needed police officers to talk to her, try to work with her, not confront her like Rambo.
Now, the Fairfax County Police Department is investigating the incident. Sources tell me that right after the incident happened, the Sheriff's Department locked the doors and refused entry to those detectives.
The woman who died after being tased at the Fairfax County Jail, turns out she struggled with Alexandria police in the weeks before she was jailed in Fairfax, but the Alexandria cops did not take her to jail. They instead took her to the hospital.
2 weeks after 37-year-old Natasha McKenna smiled before she was booked into the Fairfax County Jail, she was dead. She died after being tased by sheriff's deputies who were trying to transport her to Alexandria's jail. Fairfax County Sheriff Stacy Kincaid says she can't answer any questions about the incident because it's under investigation. This is where Fairfax County Police picked up Natasha McKenna on January 26th at the Bestway store just south of the Beltway on Telegraph Road. Police say she called them saying she'd been assaulted. McKenna had apparently just been released from Mount Vernon Hospital. On January 15th, Alexandria police were called. Craig Pfeiffer with the city of Alexandria says their officers took McKenna to the hospital.
At no point in time was Miss McKenna actually arrested by Alexandria police for anything, and certainly not for a crime. The focus was on getting her to the hospital.
The Fairfax County Sheriff is defending her department's actions after a mentally ill inmate was tased and then died. Thank you for joining us. I'm Leslie Foster.
And I'm Derek McGinty. Our Peggy Fox is live from the jail, where today she talked to the sheriff about some new details about this incident. Peggy.
Well, the incident reports given to the Washington Post are pretty shocking. They depict a mentally ill woman who was basically hogtied, hands behind her back, connected to the shackles on her feet, a mask on her face, and then when she wouldn't bend her knees to sit in a restraint chair, she was tased 4 times. Fairfax County Sheriff Stacy Kincaid is furious an employee at the jail released what she calls incomplete incident reports of the tasing of inmate Natasha McKenna. The 37-year-old Alexandria mother had schizophrenia. In February, when deputies tried to transfer her to the Alexandria jail, she fought back. A deputy tased her 4 times. Her heart stopped and she later died.
Handcuffs, leg shackles, mask, still not cooperating, okay, bang, 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 50,000 volts, we're going to make you submit. With someone with a serious mental illness, you have to de-escalate the situations. Crisis intervention training teaches that, and that's where the focus should be.
Pete Early, an advocate for the mentally ill, said the jail employee who read him the incident reports was afraid the information would not get out.
When you don't trust county officials to do the right thing, then you're going to have whistleblowers.
Why was McKenna even in jail is the bigger question, says Ron Honberg of the National Alliance on Mental Illness.
But there's really no excuse not to come and get her. But really what there was no excuse for is that she was in jail. That she should have been in a hospital.
Now, Sheriff Kincaid agrees there needs to be better systems and laws in place to help mentally ill people when they land in jail, which they often do. She confirms there's a videotape of this incident.